Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards, and it is time for another card show pickup, a little recap and review for all you folks out there in YouTube land. Went to a local card show yesterday, and it was awesome. It was super nice. It was only 25 tables, so very small. It was probably less than 25 because a few didn't show up, but as I've said before, what happens around here is they tend to be in firehouses, fire pavilions, etc. This was in a firehouse, and it was really nice. It was actually air conditioned, which a lot of the times they're not when it comes to the firehouses, especially if you're in like the Bay Area where they keep the trucks. And this was a really, really nice show. I'm super excited to go through these pickups with you. I've dealt with a lot of these dealers before. There were some new ones, and there were a lot of really, really cool pickups. So we're going to do the usual format where we kind of run through everything in relatively quick fashion and then give you a breakdown of our cost, our average cost, our value, our average value, our MVC, or the most valuable card. And this one also has a best value play. And that's how that's different from the most valuable card is I kind of look at it like, this is the one card that I grabbed from a value box that had way more value than you know, the value box that it came from. So not necessarily the most value, but like the biggest difference between the price I paid and the actual value. So not always going to have one of those because that's kind of the way it goes with value boxing. But hey, this is pretty much, at least I want to say, the second straight one, or at least the second one this year where I've had a really nice $1 or $2 card that went for significantly more. So see if you can spot it before we get to the end of the video. It'd be interesting. I'm willing to bet you probably could, but just in case, stay tuned to the end to find out. So we're going to start off with something a little different. There was a really, really nice guy at the show, and I did not include this in my value. He gave it to me for free, and it's just really cool. It's a bronze mint coin from the Highland Mint, and I believe they made, what, 25,000 of these. So this is the 3432nd. And you can see it's my guy, Cal Ripken Jr., number 8, got his name. And then, I forget, I think the back has like the, ooh, that's really in there. Never mind. Pretty sure it just has like the mint details and stuff like that on it. But the guy was selling it for $10, but he was, you know, a really nice guy, and he ended up giving it to me for nothing after I bought a bunch of stuff off him, which was this pile here, which we will get to. So really, really nice people in the hobby. And so that's why I say it always pays to make your connections with the dealers and, you know, strike up conversations and stuff. You just never know the kind of stuff that they might have, you know, either you know, behind the table or maybe even that they can bring to the next show or something like that for you to purchase, or even like that as like just an awesome gift. So I was very, very appreciative. Next thing is this guy here. It's a pretty well beat up box of 92 Donruss Series 2, but it does have all 36 packs. They were asking $2 a pack, and the guy ended up giving it to me for actually $20 for the whole box, which is a pretty darn good steal for this. I mean, there's not a ton to go looking for, but this is going to be the start of another little kind of mini series that I want to start, and that'll probably be the next video. We'll see. If not, stay tuned. Get subscribed up and you'll see it. I want to go hunting for one of these 5,000 personally autographed Cal Ripken cards, randomly inserted. We'll go into more detail about how long those odds are and stuff within that video, but I think it could make for a really fun, you know, let's see if we can pull a rare card from back in the 90s, you know, and in this case, one of the first pack inserted autos. So I look forward to running through that, and I hope you guys do too. And we'll move that off to the side, get our sorter down here, and let's kick things off, shall we? We'll start with the top-loaded cards. You're going to see a lot of variation here. And the other really cool thing If you look at this pile, you can see like brand new top loaders towards the top, and then like the yellowish kind of nasty ones towards the bottom. That's the kind of stuff I love, because you know they've been in those top loaders for a while. It's going to be older cards. It's not going to be the ultra modern stuff for the most part. So got some really cool stuff to show you there. So let's kick it off. We have Noel V. Marte from last year's Stadium Club, the red rookie, which of course, nice little team color match. I like that. I love it. I hope they do the background colors like that again this year, because I love collecting the team color matches for my rookie box. We got a Hunter Brown foil board. This is from the collector's box of 2023. One of the best pitchers in the game, arguably, I guess, but definitely one of the best young pitchers in the game, and definitely one of the rarer of his rookie cards. You guys know I collect Metal Universe. One thing I always go looking for is Metal Universe. Usually my other big ones are MLB Showdown, which is getting even more scarcer. And then obviously I look for Ripken and Griffey. So this was the, I think there might be another one in here, but one of the few Metal Universes I was able to find of Neon Dion, Coach Prime. From 98, is that it? Yeah, this is 98 when they're doing the cityscapes in the back, which was a neat year. We'll leave that one out front. We have a Shota Imanaga Refractor from 24 Topps Chrome. Like I've said in other videos, he had a much better year last year than a lot of people gave him credit for, and I think he's an excellent young pitcher in the game. Heston Kjerstad, Stadium Club Chrome. Again, I know he's down, but and who knows, may even get dealt. Maybe even before this video comes out. It's hard to tell who the Orioles are selling off. We now move to Gary Sanchez's rookie card from Topps Series 2. This is from 2016. Figure pick it up, why not? He's playing pretty well for my Orioles. This was a heck of a value box pull. So paid $1 for this. Travis Bazzana, first Bowman Chrome. The minute I saw that, I was like, I got to go through the rest of these guys' boxes, see if there's any more, see if there's any other really good deals like that. It ended up being pretty much the best deal I got. I think the first few I showed you, plus this guy, came from that. Everything else came from a different deal, but excellent pickup there of a guy a lot of people are very high on, and was easily the #1 first Bowman from, what was it, last year's Bowman draft, I think. So, on to Ladd McConkey. You know how it is. This is the Prism Emergent insert. One of the 1,000-yard rookie receivers. So, easy pickup there for $1. Now a Larry Allen rookie card. That's one you don't see every day, from back in the 90s, I think 94. Yeah, 1994. Dude was such a beast. Won Super Bowls with my team. I want to say he won a Super Bowl with the Niners too, at least. So I mean, he was absolutely legendary, and he's in the Hall of Fame for good reason. Now this was a sneaky pickup too. Dylan Cruz, the Easter pastel that came out of the Easter eggs. Definitely overshadowed by James Wood this year, but I think he's a guy that still has a tremendous amount of upside. And anytime you get rookie cards, my advice is to always try and get any kind of parallel that you can get. That way it's at least a bit less than all the standard stuff that's being printed so much. Now we have a Mystical Paul Skeens, aka the Lisa Frank cards that I think a lot of us called them, at a Topps update. But just really like the card, and of course it's a Skeens rookie, so how are you going to pass that up for $1? And there we go. There's another Metal Universe. Also 98. Mike the Moose Mussina from my Baltimore Orioles. Still at this time. I think he signed with the Yankees in like 2000. So he had another year or so to go with my team. But love having a little bit of the Baltimore scenery in the background. I'll put that one here too. I think these have all been rookies. Now this guy, sneaky card here, guys. If you find this card... If you find this card in a value box for $1 or $2, definitely pick it up. As I want to say, this card itself was worth, like, from the comps I saw, somewhere between $5 and $10. Everyone's really digging the red foil Ellie De La Cruz rookie. You know, obviously the team color match, and it's a sharp card. So easy pickup there. Y'all also know that I started an Ohtani collection, so anytime I can pick up his stuff for $1 or so, I do, and that's where this came from. Rainbow foil out of the 2022 set, where him and Maeda are just kind of hanging out in Minnesota. Keep that off to the side too. This one was also in the dollar box. Jacob Wilson, numbered out of 200. This is the bicentennial edition or version of the 2025 Topps Heritage card. Really cool, right? I was like, definitely got to pick that card up. Moving on to Junior Caminero out of last year's Topps Chrome. This is the pink refractor, of course, non-numbered. I want to say pink was still retail last year, if I remember right. I don't think they're doing the pink this year. Don't quote me on that. I haven't opened any of the new Chrome yet. Yanier Cano for my Baltimore Orioles on the Prism Refractor. I mean, you know I'm going to pick up rookies and second-year Baltimore Orioles always. So, easy pickup there. Shota Imanaga. Now we had the regular refractor first. Now we have the sepia refractor out of Topps Chrome. Once again, kind of already said enough about him. We'll move on to Mason Miller, one of the best young players in the game, young closers in the game. So nice rookie out of update from 23. Have to see if he gets dealt too. His name always comes up around the deadline. Willie Adames, rookie out of 150. Back when he played with the Rays, so kind of a slight color match there. Not really why I picked it up. It's a numbered rookie for $1, so I'm pretty much always going to pick up. Then also out of last year's, this is Series 2, Isaac Paredes. This one is numbered to 50, 41 of 50. So, I mean, listen, not my favorite player or anything like that. I just kind of thought such a low-numbered card for $1. Pretty hard not to pick that one up. So that is exactly what we did. Just want to keep the glare out of the camera. Another one of my favorite pickups. Jackson Holiday on the Future Stars from 2025. This is the purple foil, numbered to 250, 56 of 250. Not going to pass it up for $1. It's just awesome. The kid's having a much better year. I am so excited to just continue to watch him get better and better. 90s and early 2000s inserts, another one that I'm always interested in picking up. We picked up the Golden Anniversary, Mark McGwire, Golden Nuggets. Big Mac out of 2000 Topps, very cool. Nice shiny foil back when they weren't doing that quite as much as they do today. And then now one of the original Own the Games, Alex Rodriguez. This is out of 2007? Yeah, 2007 Topps. OTG, Own the Game. Y'all might be familiar with that insert since that was the same insert they used in Archives this past year. And lastly, we have for the inserts, a look ahead, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. This was also an insert from 2000 Topps. Back when he was still kind of establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with, and still with Montreal before they moved down to Washington. 1982 Nolan Ryan. Never going to pass on a Nolan card. As I said, probably he was a favorite of mine that I shared with my dad, so I kind of always have that connection to him. And anytime you can pick up his older stuff for $1, so it's an excellent deal. And we have Warwick Dunn, Star Rookies of Upper Deck from back in 1997. So excellent running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers there for a number of years. Back when, I guess Johnson was still their quarterback. Brad Johnson was still their quarterback. But, as I say, we're getting into the yellowed top loaders here, so you're going to see some interesting stuff. Definitely some older stuff. This is the football version of Own the Game, LaDainian Tomlinson, and this is from 2004. Really cool looking, crazy cool effect behind the player. Just absolutely love it. Calvin Johnson rookie card. So, Hall of Famer, easy pickup. Megatron. I mean, not much more could be said about him. Could have probably set a lot of records if he had continued to play, but he chose not to. So, you know, good for him. You know, you get out of the game with your health. Charles Woodson rookie. Again, another one that you don't really expect to find. And these are all value box plays. None of these costed more than like $2. I'll be sure to point them out if there were any that costed more than that, but I think they were all either $1 or $2. And this is 98 Fleer, of course, Charles Woodson. You can also find yourself, I believe Peyton Manning, of course, as a rookie in the same set. And then from the same set as the Megatron, we have Dwayne Bowe. You know, obviously nowhere near as prolific as Megatron, but was just a guy I remember being a super reliable target in Kansas City. And didn't have a whole lot of speed, but had really great hands. And now we have Julius Jones for all you long time, or probably long time at this point, because I mean he was with my team in the early 2000s. Yeah, he got drafted in 2004. Was a running back for us for a few years. You know, nothing phenomenal, but then again, you know, every running back that came after Emmitt Smith was compared to him, so didn't really have a chance to be, you know, his own player per se. This is really cool. 3 Steve Air McNair rookies. We have the Topps version, Topps draft pick, score 95, and the Skybox Impact, which still has him on the Alcorn State team. Pretty cool, right? And the Oilers, and were the team that drafted him before they became the Tennessee Titans, of course. So just kind of different rookie cards of Steve Air McNair, who, you know, unfortunately had a very unfortunate end to his life. But I really enjoyed watching him play. He's one of those guys that was just exciting to watch. Jonathan Stewart rookie from 2008 score. Before you had Run CMC, you had Jay Stu. I think they called him there for a while. And he was a pretty darn good running back for him for a few years there. And now we have a couple of these SPX medallion. I think they're called like SPX Finite. These are really cool. They're all Hall of Famers. So we have Tim Brown first. These cards are really neat. They're all numbered. This one's numbered to 3,800. You guys know I like to collect Hall of Famers and Legends numbered cards. Reggie White. This one's the one. These two are the gold version. I think this is like the platinum version, so it's numbered less, numbered to 1,900. And of course, that world famous smile he had. And then the last one's Marvin Harrison, which I believe is a rookie year card, but isn't technically considered a rookie. But also out of 3,800, which reminds me, I also got to get it out of this crummy top loader that's been like cut off. Some of these don't have penny sleeves and stuff like that either. I usually go through and do that before I have this video, but I wanted to get the video out, and then I'll go through and do that. Fleer Ultra, Ken Griffey Jr., Season Crowns. You guys know I also have a Griffey collection. So Griffey and Ripken have, you know, Griffey obviously later, but, you know, Ripken's kind of always been my guy. So let's go through these a little bit quicker. This is a Griffey out of Absolute Memorabilia. A couple of Stadium Clubs. This is the exact same year. One just happens to be like a subset card, as it's still a part of the set, but it's like Home Run Club or something. And you have the Ballpark Idols. Got a couple of cards out of this set. There's the base. And then we have the figureheads and the playmakers. So a very kind of similar insert, but I thought it was cool anyways. We have the Black Diamond Griffey. Pretty sure. I think I have this one, but if I'm unsure and it's only $1, I'm going to pick it up anyway. This is the Upper Deck. This was out of the Home Run Chronicles set that they put out for them back in, like, what was it, 97, I think it was. So this was number 30 of 30. And lastly, Upper Deck 93 Hot Shots, Ken Griffey Jr. Not sure if there's supposed to be something in the space behind them or something, but maybe I'll pop it out of there and take a look later. And I think all the rest of these are Cal Ripken, my guy. So Cal Ripken Jr., this is the private stock from 2001. Not even a set that I remember, but nice shot of my guy. Upper Deck, also from, I believe, 2000. This is from 2001. So last year of actual play. Stadium Club Cal Ripken, gotta love it. Doing the curtain call there is related to his breaking the record. Another Stadium Club Cal Ripken, and yet another Stadium Club Cal Ripken. So again, sort of like a subset type of deal. And we have a Sportflix. I didn't even remember that Pinnacle kind of revived Sportflix back in '95. So cool looking card that you might be able to capture the... There you go. Nothing too fancy, but pretty cool. Score Gold Rush Cal Ripken. Fleer Tradition Cal Ripken, kind of interacting with the fans, signing autographs. Black Diamond Cal Ripken. And then this is a Black Diamond insert. Pretty hard to read, but you can read it on the back. It's called Diamo Nation, I believe, or something like that. Just a really cool looking card. So that does it for the top-loaded cards. Let's move on to the one-touch cards. As usual, these are the same guy I've dealt with numerous times. He has just piles of cards on his table and top loaders that he says are $5 each. Buy 3 and get 1 free, I believe. So I think 2 of these ended up being free. But this time he kind of changed it up a little bit, and some of them had cards on the back, which is pretty cool. I did end up getting 2 of those. Angel Reese, the Monopoly Prism. I know I have that one, but I did not have the Select from 2024 rookie, so I figured for $5, kind of hard to go wrong with that one. On to Justin Jefferson from Prestige 2020. Obviously Prestige, not one of the more valuable ones, but anytime you can get a rookie of the, I guess arguably the top receiver in the NFL for just a couple of bucks and a top loader, not going to pass. Now we got 3 Joe Burrows. Illusions. Once again, a retail set, not really worth a ton. Same with Prestige. And we have a super nice Chronicles. I think it's called like Diamo or something. Diagon, that's it. So, easy pickups there. I mean, it had practically the best stats for a quarterback last year. Unfortunately, it didn't come with too much team success. And now with Jalen Hurts, took his team to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl last year. So, disappointing for me as a Cowboys fan, but kind of seems like he's going to be their quarterback. So, I'm not going to pass that up. Jaden Daniels, Optic Rookie. Once again, not going to pass that bad boy up. It looks like he's going to be the real deal, but we'll see if he can avoid the sophomore slump. Jamar Chase, who probably is the only person who challenges Jefferson for the best receiver in the NFL. So his Donruss rookie. And then Shohei, who is the other 2-pack, which just comes with a 25 base Shohei, but that's fine. But I'm pretty certain I didn't have the All-Star Game card out of Chrome Update, so I'll gladly take that. And lastly, Bowman's Best Skeins. What have I said before about value box plays, which I still consider these? I mean, $5 is a typical value box. Just because they're not in a box doesn't mean they're not value box plays. So Paul Skeins, Bowman's Best. Anytime you can get a higher value set, if that's the term you want to use, like a Bowman's Best, a Topps Pristine, Inception. Anytime the cards go for, several dollars per card, and I mean more than like $5 to $10 per card, it's definitely smart to pick up key rookies when you can get them for just a few bucks. And Skeins, I mean, he just continues to be absolutely amazing. And the last 2 before we wrap things up. So, probably wondering why I picked up a 1989 Bowman Ripken rated. Because these are kind of hard to preserve. That was kind of my thoughts on this, right? So I have a bunch of these. Everybody has a bunch of these since it was kind of still nearing the height of the junk wax era. But I don't have any that are in this good a shape, and not to mention it should remain in this good a shape. So what happens is you try to put them in, regular pages or something like that, which is what I did when I was a kid, and it folded over the tops because they were bigger than your standard baseball cards. They also didn't fit that great in top loaders and sleeves, so that's my reasoning. And I mean, the guy only wanted $4 for it, so I mean, who's not going to buy a $4 slab of a Hall of Famer is the way I look at it. Speaking of Hall of Famers, the big purchase. 2001 Topps Ichiro rookie. PSA 8. So the guy wanted 50, ended up getting it for a little bit cheaper than that. But obviously going into the Hall of Fame, or, well, actually I'm recording this on Sunday, so going into the Hall of Fame today, Mr. Ichiro Suzuki, and I was finally able to pull the lever and grab this guy, because he was just such a phenomenal player to watch play too, that absolutely couldn't say no. All right, so let's get down to the numbers here. So the numbers, we spent $200 total on everything you see here, including the box of cards. The average spend is about $2.70 per card. Now, I didn't figure in the box to that. I mean, I could have probably subtracted $20 and figured out the average that way, but, this isn't really scientific. It's just for fun. So about $2.70 per card. The value is about $2.16 or $2.17, depending on how you round it, which gives you an average value of $2.95 per card. So once again, it is a nice victory. It's a little victory, only about $16, $17 above what we spent in terms of value. The most valuable card is, no surprise, the Ichiro. The Ichiro card goes for roughly $40. So had I paid the $50, I would have lost on it a little bit. But again, this is just going in my collection. I'm not trading it or anything. And I think it has excellent eye appeal. A little bit off center, which is probably why it's an 8. And then of course you have the green borders, so there's always going to be some chipping here and there, but I thought it had just really nice eye appeal. And then the surprise that I wanted to share with you, or the best value, is the Jacob Wilson. So the Jacob Wilson Bicentennial card, numbered 60 of 200, which you can't see super well. Got it for $1, which is crazy enough. And the average value on this bad boy is somewhere between $30 and $35. So let's just go with the low end of $30. The value that I supposedly could make right now on the market's about $29 above what I spent. So I thought that was just insane. I mean, I just picked it up because I honestly think he will be the NL Rookie of the Year. And or AL Rookie of the Year, sorry. Get confused. But that's it. That's what I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I love going through, card show pickups with you guys and going to card shows. Just so much fun. So hope you guys continue to enjoy these videos. I'll definitely continue to bring them to you. As I said, the Donruss video will be coming, whether it's next or, maybe in the next week or so. Look out for that if it's something you're interested in. And let's wrap this thing up, guys. So head down below. You can click the subscribe button, click the like while you're there. Drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite pickup was, or what your best pickup has been from a card show you've been to recently. Are you going to the National? All that kind of stuff. Would certainly love to hear from you. But if you want to be notified, obviously, when we open the 92 Donruss box, you can definitely go the sub route and set up your alerts and things like that. And that's pretty much it. We put out videos every Monday and Friday, of course. And the last thing I want to say, as I do in every card show pickup video, is I just want to say thank you to everybody that arranged the event, that hosted the event, that dealt at the event, that I spoke to at the event. It was a lot of fun, lots of love, lots of just awesome things going on, and just great to see the hobby still going strong, man. I mean, like I said, even with the 25 tables, there was easily 100 people shopping around in that room. So it was a very well-attended show. But with that said, guys, thank you very much. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.